Welcome to lovely Japan. In our comparison test today, we will be talking about H4 headlight globes. Our test subject will be a headlight from a 2009 Suzuki Alto. The initial, in fact original factory fitted device was a Stanley H4 light globe made in Germany. We can see all the certifications on there. We have the E certification, we have the, pardon my focus, there we go, we have the DOT certifications, just your standard kind of headlight. Next up we have a budget type H4 device, LED, bought on Amazon. We can't really see a manufacturer on there. There are no certifications, and it's basically a good looking device. It has no thermofan, uses a simple heatsink and an extension plug. So here we have my favorite LED H4 light that I've been using for quite some time. I have run these in two vehicles. They use a fan at the back, are quite noisy, have the extended plug, and use 4 separate chips, have nice reflectors and an end cap similar to the factory type bulb. So you'll see the mirror is similar to what you get in the factory one, and the end cap just stops any additional light bleed. Quite a good simple design. Light output was rated at 4,000 lumen. I presume they spread that across the two for 2,000 each, which actually seems pretty accurate. I know the factory ones put out about 1,000, and these were significantly brighter. Next we have what at first glance is a nice looking unit. The LED chips are considerably larger, however the mirrors are virtually non-existent. Well, in fact it is black and angled, so nothing could mirror out of there effectively. There is no end cap to speak of. I found these, as you will see in the test, to be unusable. Light output overall was good, but absolutely no focus to them. And the final one is one that the manufacturer of the last one sent me as a replacement. Again, separate ballast, extension lead, thermofan in the back, also quite noisy. Light output on these is fantastic. The mirror design is clearly awful. There is no end cap whatsoever, so we will see light bleeding in all likelihood in the actual test. So I do not have any faith in this one as it stands. So here we have test number 1. This is the standard headlight with the factory fitted original H4 halogen light globe. As we can see, very sharp cutoff line, good light spread throughout the field, a very noticeable hot spot toward the center where the flat line meets the incline. The incline is not excessively lit, and beyond it we have the straight line continuing. All in all, good standard light output from this 2009 Suzuki Alto standard halogen headlight. Next we have the dreaded budget Amazon LED H4. These are typically identifiable by having a heatsink rather than a fan, and as we can see from this one, the overall light output is actually perceivably brighter in one sense, yet what we can see on the screen is a lot less. There is also a lot of bleeding from the light. There are no cut-off lines to speak of, and overall the light output is absolutely unsatisfactory. Next up we have the first budget LED using a thermal fan. Now this is one that I personally have used for nearly 2 years. The light output is significantly better than the previous one and significantly better than the halogen light. There is also a clear and sharp defined cut-off line, similar to the factory halogen. The light pattern overall is very similar, just significantly brighter all across the spectrum, and there is very little light bleed beyond the pattern. These I have previously had in vehicles that have gone through the government inspection and have passed without any issues. They are also labelled on Amazon as being government testing compliant here for Japan. So here we have the reason I am making this particular video. Recently, one of the segments in my old faithful H4 LEDs had burnt out, so only half the field was illuminated, and I bought these 25,000 lumen advertised H4 LEDs that stated they were testing compliant. Looking at this particular one, you can see there is no pattern to speak of. What it looks like is there are no cut-off lines discernible whatsoever. There is a very bright hotspot in the middle, which does continue above the cut-off lines. The light is just spread everywhere without actually lighting up the road effectively. So this one was just absolutely useless. To the seller's credit on Amazon, they did refund me the money and send me an alternate one that we're about to test in a moment. So here we have the final H4 LED in the test today. This one was sent to me as a replacement for one that would not pass the Japanese safety inspection that we have here every 2 years. There is a very nice amount of light. There is a clearly defined cutoff line. However, as you can clearly see, everywhere all around the cutoff line, in particular above where it should be absolute darkness, has a light bleed of significant proportions. There is no way that this will pass a safety inspection, and using these particular lights in a car will blind oncoming traffic. It will be equivalent to driving with your high beams on at all times. This is just absolutely unacceptable. I was told by the supplier that these were European certified, that is an E certification. There is no way that that can be fact. These are guaranteed to not receive a E certification. Absolutely outrageous how much light they throw beyond the pattern. If we have a look around the room, the shelf in the corner that should be in absolute darkness is fully illuminated. The amount of light going to the top of the room that should be completely dark is unbelievable. The light output is fabulous, but there is zero emphasis on the pattern where it should fall. So I cannot recommend these. Just for a final reference, here is revisiting the original H4 factory fitted headlight globe to this car. It's a Stanley globe made in Germany. I will not name and shame the others. I will include the photos and descriptions thereof so you can make the choice for yourself. But if we have a look around the room is dark above the cutoff line, as it should be. There is no detectable light. So unfortunately it looks like I'll have to keep shopping, and I'll keep you updated if I come across something that I can actually recommend. Thanks for tuning in. So this is the actual one that I can recommend, and I'll be looking for better products in the future. Stay tuned to the channel, and please like and subscribe.